page 21 right now. We're going to get into the 530 grid. So we just went through the DNA of people, and now we're going to talk about the DNA for business. All right, and how, now that you know how to convert more leads to clients, whether they're an amiable, an expressive, an analytic, or a driver, now we got to need to know. Now we got to need to know. Wow, that's clear, isn't it? Now we need to know what to do with them once we know who we're talking to, right? Okay, and so Mark Elkins is going to come up and he's going to share with us the 530 grid and helping us understand how to convert more leads to clients. Mark, all right, thank you.
My name is, do you know what your name is? Mark Elkins. Okay, I don't know, maybe it's written down somewhere for you. But the best part of this is that because I have a system, I don't have to remember who I am. Because the process will define how my business operates, whether I remember part of it or not. Because we will work in a particular way that always reminds us of exactly what the next step is. So we can look at our chart and see that. For quick review, those of you who are not familiar with the 530 grid, I like to describe this as America. Every business has a particular set of processes. Those are marketing, pre-sales, and you can look at this on page 5. Marketing, pre-sales, the sale, servicing, and client for life, which is client development. But if you think of this as flying in a plane, as you look down, there's a patchwork of America. That is fields and cities and towns, and it all looks the same from 30,000 feet. But as you descend, you will find that there are cities and cornfields, and as you get lower and lower, you will see cars and people. And as you come off the plane and stand on the street, you will see street lights and manhole covers and all kinds of things, all kinds of detail. And each of these details rests in some area of your 530 grid, so that you will be able to follow the process that reminds you of exactly who you are and where you need to go, because it's step by step by step. I can take a kid in Hanover Park, Illinois, where I live, or Hong Kong, and it doesn't matter, because they can both make a McDonald's hamburger in exactly the same way, and it'll taste the same way in both locations because of a process, right? And so we want to follow processes in our business. Today, we're focusing on pre-sales. As a reminder, marketing is where we attract people. Without marketing, it'd be like winking in the dark. We know what we're doing, but nobody else does, right? Marketing is where we inform. Pre-sales is where we engage. And in order to make more clients and convert them to leads, into sales, you need to engage them. Get them interactive into the things that you're doing. And there are parts of the 530 grid which lead us there. The first one is box 3, tracking 100% of your leads. So you have lots of leads. Which one of those people are going to buy? As Kevin said at the very beginning of this meeting, the average salesperson tends to convert 1 in 10. But what if you could move it to 2 in 10? You'd double your sales, right? And we actually know from research that you can increase this percentage from 1 all the way up to about 7. Now, how would you like to convert 70% of your leads? Wouldn't that be awesome? What would happen to your business?
Explode.
What if you didn't have to do it? Right? What if you could get them engaged in processes like this? What if you could invite them to this meeting? Right? And you could use box 12 and feed into successes. Right? And feed successes back into the rest of your sales process. There was a young man that I was working with in my business, and we sell real estate education. And he wanted to convince somebody very close to him. As you all know, probably, selling to the closest people in your life is the hardest thing to do. So he could not convince his mother and father that they should get into real estate investing and buy the education. So I took the phone from him. Really, I just kind of took the phone from him because I knew what was going on. And I said to them, I said, listen, do you think your son is a smart guy? Yes. Do you think he's successful at what he's doing? Yes. Do you think he's making money? Yes. Do you think that you should learn to make money the same way? Yes. Then get out your checkbook and write the check to get involved today. And within 3 days, they'd written the check. And why is that? Because they were relying on my success instead of their son's success. And I had third-party credibility. It did not matter what their son did. It mattered what I did. And I lent him my credibility. We do this through interaction and edification, that third-party credibility. So that third party is what brings that person in. Also, you may find that the people who are best for your business, the people who are your perfect clients, those are the people who are hardest to get to, aren't they? They're the hardest to convince because they believe they already know what they need. So what do I need to do for those people? For those people, I need to develop and deliver a better message. Box 2 in marketing. And I need to give them something that intrigues them to get them engaged in my process, right? I need to break their guessing machine that says to them, I know what's next. This person's going to start to beg for the sale. Well, if you're not begging for the sale because you've turned them into somebody's third-party credibility, you've kept them guessing. Now, who's a better salesman for your product? You or me?
You.
I'm better at convincing because I don't care about your product and your sale. But you're the better salesperson. So, because you know your product better than I do. I can tell what a great guy you are. I can tell the success that I've had in your business as a customer, right? But you're the best salesperson, so you've got to deliver the best message you can. And you've got to track your leads so that you know which of your people are getting that message and which of them are not. And you need to start understanding the personality needs so that you can communicate better and get more engagement and involvement from your prospects. How many of you have heard that you should find a wealthy person and see what you can do for a wealthy person in order to get better what you do and to get better responses? Anybody heard this? If you want to sell something to a wealthy person, find a wealthy person and offer them value. Right? We've talked about that here, offering value. I had the opportunity to talk to a billionaire, and I asked him, what is it that I can do for you? How can I produce value for you? Right? Because we hear that over and over again. If we want to be successful, produce value for other people. And I thought, hey, I'm in real estate. A better customer for me is going to be a billionaire who's got the money to write a check for whatever he wants. And he said to me something interesting. He said, Mark, you asked me what you can do for me to provide value because somebody told you that's what you should do. Mark, he pointed at me just like this. Mark, it's not true. I was really stunned, in fact embarrassed, talking to a billionaire, and here I am asking in this way. What you need to do, Mark, he continued, is give me something that's interesting to me. Create something that's intriguing. Get me engaged and involved in your process. Right? How can I get them engaged? I can ask key questions, box 4, to find out what it is that's interesting to them. I can ask them, what's your biggest challenge in any area of your life? And then I need to match. I need to find out what his biggest challenge is and match that. How can my solutions provide the solution for him? How do they solve his biggest challenge? Maybe they don't. But there must be some way. I have the personality profiles here, right? Everybody wrote some personality profiles today when we did speed networking. And this one happens to be Bruce. So it says here that Bruce wants to connect with more people in a deeper and more meaningful way. So how might I match him in a process to what I do, which is sell real estate, investing, education? I can say, hey, Bruce, what if I could introduce you to 150 real estate investors who all need to advertise, and you could start to understand a little something about their businesses so that you can communicate with them and be able to sell your solutions to them in a better way. Would that be beneficial to you, Bruce?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome. So now maybe I have a new customer I didn't know that I had before. because I was able to match my solution, which really has got nothing whatever to do with his business. Does it have anything to do with your business?
Not really.
Would you ordinarily consider starting to look at real estate investing school?
Not really.
Not really. But when you know that there's a possibility that it creates a solution for you, right? I have now matched, I've shown him the solution. How my product matches his problem to create the solution. And that's what creates the sale. And that's what's going to bring you down here. But you have to start asking the key questions, box 4. And you have to present the solutions, box 8. Right? And that's the process. So if you want to lead more sales, more conversions of your prospects, it's time to start informing and then engaging. And then interacting and edifying third parties to bring them in to help close your sales. And to match problems with solutions in the way that you are uniquely capable of doing it, because you are the best salesman in your business. Thank you.
Wow.